found this curious that as I'm going about my selling journey on eBay, trying to sell original artwork that I make by hand on eBay to try to make money to earn a living, it seems like an honest enough way to go about things. One thing I discovered in my research is that there are people selling Jean-Michel Basquiat,
the artist Jean
Michel Basquiat.
Yes.
replicas. So I didn't know how common this was to recreate someone else's artwork for like a hefty amount of money, $960. It's probably the price of a recreation, but can just anybody do this? I was curious. I noticed there's some sellers that are selling Picasso artwork, some Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Michel Basquiat.
Yes.
Some Peter Max. I don't know who that is, but I realize he's a contemporary artist who sells his work for a lot of money. So I was curious, why is this allowed on eBay that people can sell artwork of another artist and even sign it with that artist's name? It's very curious to me. As I dug deeper into this, I found out if you put this handmade title in here, apparently it's something you can do if you are selling someone else's artwork. And this is completely legal on eBay, as long as they are aware that it is not an original. You're not trying to trick anyone, which I think if there's an issue where if someone believes something to be original, I don't know why you think you'd get a Basquiat original for hundreds of dollars, but I'm pretty sure eBay is willing to let you return it, get your money back. It still allows people to sell other artists' art as their own, should that name be popular enough and people be wanting to have a replica. It's completely legal, apparently. So I'm curious why I'm not doing this. Why am I not making Jean-Michel Basquiat handmade drawings and selling them for hundreds of dollars on eBay? I don't know. Why am I trying to sell my own artwork, which gets very little views and no one wants to buy it? Why don't I just make, some artists I like, recreate their artwork and sell it on eBay and see what happens? I don't think I'm going to be doing this, but people are. There's this one guy, Classic Art Store, who I believe ships out of Peru, who's got Basquiat, Peter Max, Picasso, all kinds of artists. And what I particularly thought was interesting, when you look at their artwork, if you look at the back of it, they go as far as to create the stamps that would be on originals. They use the signatures of the artist, and they're doing this for every artwork they sell. And you look at these price tags, they're selling these for nearly $1,000. I thought this was very interesting. The level of detail that this person goes through, especially on something like a Peter Max, like these Marilyn Monroe paintings. This person has recreated a Marilyn Monroe painting. What they've done, though, is actually gone through and painted Marilyn, which I don't know if they know how Peter Max worked his Marilyn paintings, because I took a peek at it to see if this remake was close to the original. And when I did, I discovered Peter Max was just taking pictures of Marilyn from magazines or photographs and painting around it. So the art that you're getting on eBay for, I don't know, $4,000 for an original Peter Max replica actually has more work into it artistically than the Peter Max original. It's fascinating, the level of this person. So maybe they are worthy of getting, if you're repainting a Basquiat charging $1,000, and someone if I looked and I said, okay, people are buying this from this person, so good on them. eBay's allowing this. I don't see in the title, it doesn't really say that it's a recreation, but they're using this word handmade in some cases, original, one of a kind. But they note the painter as, when you look at the artist, they will say Jean-Michel instead of the actual person in Peru who is painting this. So
Michel Basquiat.
Yes.
I'm confused as to where that it's a handmade drawing, not in prison, blah, blah, blah. So I'm confused as how they can get around that part, actually putting another person's signature on it. But if you look at the feedback, these people, a lot of the people who buy these are happy with it. I'm particularly interested. I chose this one person as a subject to follow, this classic art store. It's got a good feedback, sold nearly 300 items. If I go into their feedback, if I look at their feedback for the past month, they've made 6 sales here. None of the $900 Basquiat's have sold, but they've got $100 sales on handmade paintings here, and the people are satisfied by what they're getting. So it's very interesting to me. But if I extend it out to the past 6 months, then you see they have sold paintings for hundreds of dollars. So this business model is very lucrative, in my opinion. They're doing a heck of a job recreating these paintings and finding a market for it. I'm just impressed that this is a thing. I don't know if I could commit myself to, like, I love comic book art. I'd love to recreate maybe a Jim Lee 11 by 17 cover page, and give someone a chance to own that. But my morals won't allow me to redo that and put Jim Lee's name on it. Plus, there's a lawsuit there waiting to happen. But I'm impressed that if you're quiet about it, or if you're giving people what they want and no one's really, maybe the Basquiat household or whoever owns the right to sell his work is okay with it being promoted in such a way. So I just found that interesting. I want to say that I'm a hater and I'm mad that someone's doing this, but more it's like, oh, wow, there's a market here. Something that I haven't looked at. Maybe this is something you want to look at too and say, why, how, do I take the hard road of becoming a famous artist in my own right and selling my work and being fulfilled? Or do I just recreate the work of someone I love and see if that someone wants to pay me for the skill I built up in creating a faithful reproduction of someone else's work? Very interesting, very strange. With AI looming over artists, I feel like this is something that I don't know. It's probably worth looking into for somebody who's listening to this. So just wanted to share that interesting find that I came across in researching what sells on eBay artistically. Also, do that if you're interested in selling physical art. Don't count out eBay because it's this auction house, basically. You're going to have to do fan art, I guess, if you want to get exposure or bring the traffic to the site like anywhere else. But there are people searching eBay for cool things. It's like Etsy, but more of a, I don't know, you can sneak your artwork in if you wanted to. So I wouldn't count out eBay if you're trying to sell artwork. That's it. That's all I have to say. I hope this helped you, at least for research purposes. I hope this video helped you at least understand something that you maybe didn't know was going on. I don't know. Bye.
It's not how much you work on something that matters, it's how much you get from it.